There I am. I wasn't plugged in all the way. There we are. Welcome in. Round number 3 for the American Open Wheel Racing Series season. It is the Worldwide Technology Raceway, a.k.a. Gateway International Raceway, Madison, Illinois. That is the track, and we are here for the first short oval of the season for this series. It is round number 3. And we are ready after 2 fantastic events so far in the season. Who knows what is entailed tonight. So far we've had the Streets of Detroit, which turned into a pretty wild race. And then, of course, the Auto Club Speedway, the first Triple Crown event that happened, well, what was last race? Unfortunately, I broadcasted a couple weeks ago. That only saw 1 caution early in the race. And then after that, it was a clean and green race all the way to the finish. And tonight we're looking for more of the same here, but on a short oval, 1.25 mile Worldwide Technology Raceway, a track that if some ask me right now, what is this track similar to shape-wise? Well, you think of Darlington because of how the egg shape is, but a low bank version, so it kind of drives maybe like a New Hampshire. So obviously going to be tricky, and we're going to see some interesting racing here this evening. Again, there's the track right there. Lower bank turn 1 and 2, and of course the sweeping turn 3 and 4. 140 laps around this oval. Of course, 78 degrees, 55% humidity, partly cloudy skies with 4 miles an hour wind. So going to be a very interesting race when it's all said and done. We've already got an interesting points battle on our hands, and it all starts with Stephen Larkamp, who is up there at the top right now with Nate Hayden. He is second in points. Gavin Sanders right there tied with him. Sam Blackwood fourth. Andrew Marquez, he will be in the 5th position right now. Luke Daniels, Joey Ladasor, Dylan Gonis, Robert Sadler, Dan Marrera, your top 10 as we enter this 3rd round of 10 on the docket for this season. I knew that wasn't going to pop up. But either way, we have got a great race, I believe, in store for us this evening. Yes, unfortunately, this is a race that was ran before, and much like all the races so far in this series, I have not been able to be live. But the great news, Indianapolis Thursday night, the captain will be live for the 6th running of the Indy 300 for the TI Racing / American Open Wheel Racing Series, kind of combining the 6 years of the race there. So, all right, cars are cranked up. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the race. And it's Andrew Marquez. He'll be on the pole in the 88 alongside Dylan Gonis, the Canadian driver with a great qualifying effort. Ryan Eric King and Stephen Larkamp, they'll take row number 2. Let's get the car audio on. They are on. Good. Luke Daniels, Kai Bommersbach, row 3. Sam Blackwood, Samuel Fontaine in row 4. Dan Marrera, Charles Baldwin, they'll take row number 5. Row 6 is where you see Matt Telder, Jim Herrick. And the final row, the 14 cars, starting Joey Ladasor, Robert Sadler. And that is your starting lineup here at Gateway as they roll through turn 1 and 2. Behind the iRacing Ghost 4X pace car, as I mentioned, 140 laps. Joey Ladasor did not make the grid here, so we're only going to get the green flag, it looks like, for 13 cars. Unfortunately, this evening, we'll see if Joey can get out there and log some laps before this is all over with. Of course, this race was ran right before the Christmas break, the holiday break. And now that I'm on vacation, this is my chance to do some catching up and getting things back on track, hopefully for the schedule into the future. Here we go. St. Louis, Missouri, just outside the arch. We're actually in Illinois, but right on the border as we go racing. Gateway International Raceway. Looks like everybody clean and green so far. First battle here, Luke Daniels and Blackwood. These are teammates. And Marquez going to lead lap 1. You're going to see a lot of shifting around this track. Track's going to be very slick also because of the hot weather here. as Ryan Eric King slipped up the track a little bit here. Kite Bomber's not going to swing to his high side and take the position into turn 3 and 4. Let's talk about speed differences. Obviously, you're used to probably watching a stock car race around here. The trucks in particular, well, those guys run around here at about 34 seconds. These guys running laps in the 25 to 26 second range. So some 10 miles an hour faster as these cars haul the mail around this track. As you see the 74 Blackwood battling out still with his teammate there. Luke Daniels, also Charles Baldwin in this battle. He gets a little slideways. Nice catch. Charles had to hold on to her very well there. And that allows both Fontaine and Telder to go by. There was Dan Herrera. Baldwin going to hold off Jim Herrick. It looks like they're down to turn 1. On board with Kite Bombersbach into turn 3 and 4, down to 4th gear it looks like. Right back up to 5th and down to straightaway here. Speeds of near 190 miles an hour down this straightaway. Feel the bumps. Up, caution out, caution on the track. And Luke Daniels with issues. He has spun it over in turn 2. Unfortunately, the driver of the 5150 team. Brings out the caution for the first time.
Pace car in the backstretch.
Oh, Luke just losing it on his own. Barely missing a blue cone, and unfortunately noses down there in front of the fans who are watching here tonight. Packed house again at Gateway. You can see the damage on that car. It won't even turn to the right. Unfortunate there. Let's rewind a couple seconds before the spin. Oh, looks like he was loose all the way through the corner. Back end just swap ends on him. Unfortunate deal there for Luke, the Texas driver. He's been getting better and better each week in that Indy car. Luke having some issues over, finally got himself going there. Turn 2, he gets going finally. Hi, Julian, I'm announcing. Of course, tonight, the first broadcast where I can actually say I've added a 4th line of broadcasting to the channel. Of course, using the Restream app. I've been on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Twitch, now on Twitter. So if you're a Twitter person, if you follow me at the Captain TV IR, I'm still working on changing all the stuff over there, you can now officially jump over and bada bing, bada boom, be a part of the Twitter broadcast that sits there live right now as we speak. So no resets in this series. So Luke, unfortunately, going to have to get that car worked on. Going to need at least a new nose, if not some other suspension damage there, possibly on the front end of this car. As Jim Herrick, the LMC gear number 40. So this is not a Triple Crown event, which means the fuel is at 100% tonight. The Triple Crown event's fuel is at 80. which is something that has changed in this series. Of course, this series used to be the iRacing IndyCar series. It was transitioned over to Isaac Morris, who retired and basically took the reins from Chris Lewis and became the American Open Wheel Racing Series. This is the first season under that name. And of course, next week's or this week's Indianapolis race will be the 6th running combined with both camps. And looking forward to that broadcast come Thursday night. Pace car lights are still on here, so we'll get at least 2 more laps before we go green. Now, for those who end up watching this broadcast later on, tomorrow at the same time, around 6 p.m. Eastern Time, we will do the Road America broadcast, which was race which was last week, and that'll catch us all up on the American Open Wheel broadcast as somebody's driving a Ford Bronco back there on the back straightaway. You basically get 3 straight nights of American Open Wheel Racing Series racing starting tonight and then tomorrow night and then into Thursday. And then later on this evening, we'll have the Lightspeed Racing League Xfinity opener for the Gridfinder Xfinity Series at Dover. That is coming up after this race. So, doubleheader of racing tonight, doubleheader tomorrow night, and then back on schedule come Thursday afternoon. So Luke Daniels did get back on track. Unfortunately, 2 laps down for the Texas driver in the 98. There's a Ford Mustang up on the bridge. All right, so single file restarts as you know in open wheel racing. So you're going to see these guys get the launch here as soon as the pace car pulls off. Marquez will lead them back to the green. Marquez, one of the 2 a part of this AOWRS team, which won the opener at Detroit. Was actually Nate Hayden that won that race. Nate is not here tonight in this race. And of course, Stephen Larkamp winning the event last week in Auto Club. And here comes Larkamp looking at Gonis there into the corner, but Gonis kind of sends it up there on the top side, using that high line to get off the corner pretty well here. And this could be a fight for the 2nd position here. Pass back there for position. Looks like Telder and Fontaine going to work past Ryan Eric King, who seems to be struggling a little bit after starting up in the 4th position. I make that a 3rd spot, already losing 5 spots. Back to 8th, so maybe the handling on that car not running so well right now. Ty Bommersbach, new paint livery, as they call it in open wheel racing on that car. But he almost smacks the wall there, running 4th. One thing I was waiting to see if we would get in this broadcast, I haven't seen it yet, is the old snake that they do at Gateway. If you ever watch the actual open wheel races, you'll notice the cars kind of snake their way down the straightaways. How you here for a position? Oh, Tellner's around, smashes somebody into the wall. Ryanair King's the other car. And cautioned out for a second time. Lap 14, 2 more destroyed cars. Let's see what happens to the 13 car. And, well, much like the wreck involving Luke Daniels, losing the back end, and unfortunately Ryanair King nowhere to go, smashed into the wall hard. And both cars likely going to be towed back to the pits here as the second caution is on track. Man, that's a lick. The caution out for the second time here in Gateway. Anybody coming to pit road? Looks like Dylan Gonis is going to come to pit road here. So is, looks like Kai Bommersbach on the pit road. It looks like a pretty good amount of the field other than 2 cars going to come to pit road right now. Pit window must be opening up here. And it looks like Gonis just going to top the fuel off there, 5.1. Everybody else getting some tires back behind them. So thanks to Discord, we're going to show you the schedule that's coming up here. Indianapolis, as I mentioned, this week, and then next week, the 20th, we will go to Watkins Glen. And then after a week off at the end of the month, it is the Milwaukee Mile for round 7. Round 8 will be at Suzuka on Thursday night, 175 miles around that track. Long Beach on the 17th of February. Then the month of March wraps up at Sonoma on St. Patrick's Day, Thursday night. And, of course, Pocono and Indianapolis, as you see the stars on the list there, that is because those are the Triple Crown tracks, along with Auto Club, which was the last race that was ran, broadcasted-wise. All right, pace car lights still on, so we'll get one more lap at least before the green flag hits the track. Stephen Larkip, of course, had that great race at Auto Club Speedway. came down to pit strategy when it was all said and done because of only the one caution in that race. And unfortunately, that one caution was two teammates that got together early in the race, and then afterwards they just went right at it for, well, about 125 laps or so straight green flag racing. All right, getting ready to come back to green, lap 20 of the 140, 175 miles, which the majority of the race distances this season will be that long. Of course, the theory behind that, of course, is to have all the races end around the same time each and every night they race, so that you can kind of have predictability of when you'll be done. You know, a lot of people kind of are concerned, like, oh, it sounds like it'll be too long of a race. Well, obviously this will be a good answer to figure that out. As green flag comes out, somebody made a jump back there. Sam Blackwood on his teammate Kite Bommersbach. Kite left the outside open, and Sam said, bon voyage, my friend. And Kite might lose another position, because here comes Fontaine to the outside. Charles Baldwin also rolling the high side there, trying to get the line going. Fontaine's going to clear Kite down to turn one. Larkamp has gone by Dylan Gonis for the second position. Matter of fact, Dylan right now battling the lap car. Luke Daniels here. Luke trying to get back on the lead, get back to one lap down right now. Of course, there are no wave arounds and stuff like that. So because of that situation, you got to fight and get the lead lap back kind of the hard way. And Dylan is going to make the pass of the 98. Now, I shouldn't say Larkamp got around Dylan Gonis. Larkamp actually stayed out with that last pit stop, he and Marquez. The only two on the older set of tires, which they do only get 5 sets for the race. So that also will play a little bit of a strategy in what these drivers do out here on the track this evening. Dylan sending it down there to turn one as Telder rejoins the track. Telder 8 laps down right now in the 12th position. Something about Gateway in that turn is very tricky. There's no transition of banking when it comes down, or I shouldn't say transition of banking. There's no multiple banking in turn one at Gateway. It's all the same amount of banking. And what's interesting about that is when you drive the corner, though, because of the angle and how sharp it is, you have to run the middle or higher to get the run off the corner. You can't, if you run the bottom, the car almost plows. You almost have to do like Sadler did there at a little bit of a diamond, if you will, through the corner. Check here on Baldwin as he is pressured right now by Kite Bommersbach for the 6th position here as Kite drives to the inside, and he will make the pass as Baldwin lets him go. Oh, how about that crossover move? That was very impressive for Baldwin, but this time he does not send it in there and gives the position to Bommersbach. Sadler also getting by Marrera back there for the 8th position. It's been the Andrew Marquez show so far as that new team looks to get its second win in 3 starts. Still 111 laps to go in this race right now as at Apex Stage coaching number 18. Now Charles Baldwin running into 7th position. There is Larkamp, the points leader entering this race. He looks up ahead at the leader, Marquez. Looking at lap times right now. Obviously, Marquez is about the fastest on the track, and got a few cars running 25s out there, others in the 26s. It just shows you what kind of speed they're running around this track. Check on the Sams back here. Blackwood in the 4th position. Fontaine, 5th position. My guess is a Sam will take this position. Don't know if it will be Blackwell who will keep it or Fontaine who will take it. By the way, you think these guys are hauling tail? Wait till the VOR race a couple weeks from now at Richmond. A 3/4 mile race we're going to run in cars like this on. The laps around there like we're at Bristol. Oh, a little defensive move there from Blackwood as Fontaine gets to his inside, but Ryanair King back to pit road. Obviously too much damage on that 4 cars. You see Bommersbach coming up behind him. This is all about 7.5 seconds or so back. Good fight here. A little bit of a slide as Blackwood does give it to him, though. So move Fontaine up a spot. Let's go back here as Baldwin, Robert Sadler fighting out for the 7th position. Baldwin gives it up and almost tries to crossover move on Roberts. That would have been impressive to do that again. And Sadler up to the 7th spot after starting dead last pretty much in this race. So as this goes on, it's pretty much a 3-car show right now, but those 3 cars are all separated pretty big from each other. Of course, Andrew Marquez has got 3 seconds over Larkamp, who's got 3 seconds over Gonis, who's got another 2.5 over Sam Fontaine. There's your top 3 right now. There's Larkamp crossing the line, and then right behind them, there's Dylan Gonis. Looking for his best career finish right now in the series. And the teammate's going to go at it now as Bombersbach, who lost that track position on the restart, going to try to come take it back from his teammate now. And Telder with issues. He spun down the back straightaway here. Didn't hit anything. It looks like his car's clean. No caution yet. I think we're going to stay green. Yep, green lights are on. And for those who don't remember, yes, there's an update today, by the way. And that update, of course, part of it is the new updated fencing and stuff. So more 3D looking fencing and all the graphics around the track. Oh, somebody's got a wing out there in the front of the on the back straightaway in the grass there. I wonder if that's Telder's. Or is it Jim Herrick's who's on pit road? Yeah, it looks like Herrick had an off also. Oh, turn. Whoa, D-Dido. Oh, boy. We know whose wing it is. Unfortunately, it's Jim Herrick's. Of course, a lot of people getting ready for the 24 Hours of Daytona iRacing event. Out there running laps today because of the new curving that's on the back straightaway, the chicane there, the bus stop. Got to adjust your cars to that now because that's going to hurt your car a little bit. All right, back to the teammate battle as, Blackwood jumps up the track and lets Kite go on by there. One way of letting your teammate go. Check back here, Dan Marrera in the 5150 orange, blue, and black car. Got his good buddy Baldwin there in front of him. As you see, turn 2 at Gateway is not only a doozy on stock cars, but also on Indy cars. As it's been causing fits so far in this race with 3 or 4 different cars. So 47 laps in. Again, tomorrow at 6 p.m.-ish Eastern time, we'll have round number 4 from Road America for this series. It will be the race that series return to from the Christmas holidays. And then back from there, live Thursday night for the Indianapolis 300 from the Speedway. So Dan gets by his teammate there for position. Meanwhile, let's go up here as Larkamp is starting to fall back into the clutches of Dylan Gonis. Now these two, Larkamp and Marquez up front, these two stayed out. Dylan Gonis only took fuel, I believe, in this number 27 car. And he's done a good job preserving his tires. Holding on to the third position as he's got 4.5 seconds over Fontaine. This field's getting pretty spread out now. Other than this fight that's starting to show up for second. Back Agonis from the tail. Again, a little bit of maybe an understeer there through 3 and 4. Of course, Gonis, as he gets closer, is going to get into his turbulent air, so he's got to be very careful and strategize his move here to make the pass. You can see he's getting off these corners a lot better than the 62 is right now. Gonis going to get a run here. And he will take the spot away. Of course, the onboard cameras tonight you're seeing on track, presented by TrackCams 4 Gourmet. You can check them out online, trackcams22.com. Also on the Facebook page of TrackCams 4 Gourmet, and also over on the iRacing forums. Of course, they are the sponsors of the cameras that you see here on the Captain Esports Network, giving us the closest thing to real-life pictures you will see when we are broadcasting. As Marquez has come to pit road here at lap 54. Tires and fuel, 10.5 seconds for Marquez, who went about 54 laps there on the tank of fuel, and then hands the lead over to Dylan Gonis. Steven Larkamp still yet to come to pit road here. And he's going to be coming right now. So you got to enter over here turn 3 because of the way that the track is set up here. The only interesting obstacle that they have here at Gateway is that staircase right there, but thankfully it's invisible. .62 enters its pit, should be 4 tires and fuel here. Reason why you see the pit crew there behind the 62, because that is the Luke Daniels pit crew. This is the video of Luke's that he used for the race. He sent this over to me for me to be able to broadcast. 9.6 for Larkamp. And a shout out to Luke for doing that for the first 4 events this season. All right, so now the 2 cars that did not pit during the caution for Telder now have pitted, and cycles everything back to Dylan Gonis, who leads and should be able to go another 15 laps or so on this tank of fuel. But for everybody, still should be a one-stop race. We'll keep an eye on Marquez and Larkamp. They should be running considerable faster laps around this track than the field. So Gonis has about a 6-second lead over Sam Fontaine, who's got 2.5 seconds over Kite Bommersbach there. And the first battle that's starting to shape up potentially as we look out the right camera, the rear of Sam Blackwood back there is Robert Sadler. And right behind Sadler there is the Stephen Larkamp car when it's fresh off the pit stop. And it looks like Sadler's going to dive off here and make a pit stop. So the 6th car in the VOR racing team. Got to get it slowed down at those yellow cones. You can go as fast as you want to through the for some reason I just lost the terminology in my head. The entrance ramp or road to the pits. Also on pit road, Kite Bommersbach. Here comes the 5th place car. So I said these cars could go about 15 extra laps. It looks like they actually about 5 to 10 laps. Probably because the fuel save that we saw as Ryan King continues to make pit stops. Not sure if he's still got damage on his car that he's trying to fix or what the deal is, but he's been on pit road about every other lap here for the last 10 laps. So good stop for Kite Bommersbach, 9.5. And that leaves us with 5 cars on the lead lap right now. All the way back to Charles Baldwin, the last one who has not been to pit road yet. There's Dan Barrera, the driver out of Panama. And one of the cleanest drivers you will ever race around, period. You find a series that Dan Barrera races in, I could probably argue he's the cleanest driver in that series when it comes to incidents. Might not be the fastest, but he's the cleanest. So comparing lap times right now from those who have pitted recently. Surprisingly, running about the same speeds on newer tires as they are older tires. So we're not really seeing the fall off that I was expecting as we come up to halfway this time by. As I say that, Dylan Gonis coming to pit road. Dylan's last couple laps were rating a 25.6s, and so were the leaders. Seven hits the stall, 4 tires and fuel going on. Fontaine on pit road also now. Good stop for Gonis, 9.3 there. Here comes his XSR teammate. The Wilder graphics. Paint schemes. Four fueled, 9.5 for Fontaine. So that leaves 1 car left to pit, and it's Dan Barrera, as I previously mentioned. And when that happens, he'll hand the lead over to Andrew Marquez. Goes my 4th position. now Dan's going to come to pit road. And Dan Marrero, which, by the way, has a bunch of inmates as pit crew members, in case you can't see right there in front of us. The unique paint schemes that you see in the trading paints of people with pit crews. All right, so Marquez is going to take back over the lead. However, there is a new second-place driver as everything cycles back around. Dylan Gonis has gone around Steven Larkamp, so he was able to run enough laps at a consistent time to do the overcut on the 62. And as a matter of fact, now Fontaine's going to go by. So Larkamp's starting to lose the handling a little bit on the 62, it looks like here. And Charles Baldwin has crashed over at pit road. There's debris over on the track. Not sure if a caution has come out from it. The way he's moving, it looks like we're still green right now. No, maybe not. I see the 88 slowing down on the back straightaway, so caution is out. Well, let's see what happened to Baldwin in turn 2. Oh boy, back end just swaps ends on him, and Telder tries to check up. They hit each other, and then Baldwin spins. Marrero runs over the wing there on the car. Caution out now for the third time. Look at him one more time here. It looks like just jumps on the brakes and the back end swaps ends. Telder, unfortunately, just nowhere to go there. Gets in the back of him, and Baldwin just kind of goes for a lazy spin. Caution out for the third time here, as Marquez will catch the back of the pace car in a race what was nearly a 8 second lead over Gonis. And I'm thinking they're a little too outside the pit window right now, as we have 63 laps to go. Will anybody try to go to pit road here? Gonis. Oh, wait, that was Dylan Gonis that had his wing taken off, not Telder. I got the paint schemes mixed up again. I don't know why. It always happens. So Gonis, Fontaine, Larkamp, and Bommersbach to pit road. And Gonis is going to have to get a new right front wing here. Looks like Fontaine topped off the car. And looks like Dylan's going to get away with minor damages. Larkamp still sits on pit road. He must have had some damage to the 62 car. in what has been a entertaining race so far. Again, after this, we'll have the LSRL Gridfinder Xfinity Series season opener from Dover. On a transition of speed. Look at this now. Sam Blackwood's coming to pit road this time around. So Blackwood's going to give up some track position here to bring that 74. The Yostar entry. You see the Daniels crew going to work back there on his car. Dan Marrera, ladies and gentlemen. Dan, the only news is I'm the one that's able to see that message because you did it on Facebook, so thank you for doing that. All right, should be getting to green here, coming up with 60 laps to go. Going to be very interesting to see the fuel and how this all works out here. As here we go, Marquez leading them back to the green. 7 cars on the lead lap. And once again, Kite, not sure if he got jumped this time or if somebody jumped him, but Gonis to his high side here. Also Sadler. Blackwood also trying to get around his teammate there as they continue to fight it out. So Marquez stayed out, so did Robert Sadler, and Fontaine has moved up to second, and he's got the lap car of Dan Marrera there between the two. Of course, the way the open wheel rule book reads, of course, lap cars do start between the leader and other cars until there's less than, I think it's 20 laps to go. It might be 10 even. But Fontaine has gotten around Marrera now, but unfortunately is some 2 seconds back as Larkamp has beaten the wall down, unfortunately. The points leader in trouble. A promising run running in the top 2 earlier has gone undone for the 62. See if I can find what happened to Larkamp real quick. This is under caution, so no, I don't think I'm gonna find it. Well, maybe. Here we go. No, that's happening on pit road. So, nope, never mind. So, Larkamp comes to pit road. And Marquez is set sail. He's in Kansas City almost. Battle back here. Robert Sadler and Dylan Gonis for the third position. Gonis trying to get back through the field after having that nose damage. Had to replace it and get back going as he works the inside of the 6 car. Drives it in and it takes away the third position. Here comes Bommersbach. The 6 right here as Gonis tries to work around the 2 lap cars of Baldwin and Morera to try to get to his teammate up there, Fontaine, in second. And Sadler going to work the high side back on Kite here. I thought Kite was going to be able to clear him. He was not. Starting to see a little bit of a high groove here in play in turn 3 and 4 there. Nice move by Sadler. Or nice move by Bommersbach, I should say. Sadler still trying to hold it on the bottom here. If you can keep the RPMs up and carry the speed off the corner, that line will work for you, and it sure did. So Gonis has gone around the 2 lap cars, and now it's his teammate right there in front of him. We look back to wing at Gonis there, the Mr. Radiator Auto Service on their truck, or their Indy car. I get too used to driving trucks now again. Check up here on the 6th position right now as Blackwood tries to chase down Robert Sadler. Right there is that bottom groove. I talked about how it tightens up out of the corner when you're that far low on the track. It's kind of interesting just how that angle is like that. Kind of reminds me of Thompson a little bit when you run that track. For those who don't know Thompson, it's a short track on iRacing at the bottom. The lower you go on the track, it's just trickier it gets coming off the corner. Teammates battling here. This is a lap down, but for the 8th position with Morera and Baldwin. Now, they don't have lucky dogs in this league, so these two are the only ones 1 lap down right now fighting. been a very entertaining race so far. We've seen numerous passes out here. We've seen unfortunate incidents all off of turn 2, it looks like, so far. Jonas about 1.3 seconds now behind his teammate. See Pipe Bommersbach about 2 seconds or so back. But right behind him, Robert Sadler. Right behind him is where you see Sam Blackwood. Actually, I stand corrected. That is actually the Charles Baldwin car that is now between him and Sadler. Appreciate those joining us tonight for this race. Of course, this was one that was ran the week before Christmas. Unfortunately, being a FedEx delivery manager, Christmas was busy for us, and of course, amongst other issues in the building we have, I was been stuck working late, so got the week off this week, so working on getting caught up on some of the streams. So we got this one here tonight that we're doing, and then coming up, and when I say recorded, I mean I'm here live right now, but the race was ran before. And then tomorrow night we'll do another one from Road America, and then Thursday night, the American Open Wheel Racing Series live from Indianapolis. 300 miles there. Blackwood trying to put some pressure on Sadler, already 12 seconds back here as Marquez is just driven away. I'm actually stunned with how the tire wear has been in existence. It hasn't existed at all. Kind of like my vocabulary. Hasn't existed at all. About a half-second separation right now between Blackwood and Sadler. That number keeps kind of sneaking up and down. This is the closest battle we're seeing right now on track. Let's show you what kind of speeds Blackwood's running down the straightaways here. 191 miles an hour down to turn 3 and 4. So 198 turn 1. And Sadler's coming to pit road. A little bit of a short fill potential here for the 6 with 37 laps, or 34 laps to go. Oh no! Locks it up and almost spins it. Does a great job keeping it off the wall and getting it back up real quickly. Scared to rubber duck there on the right side. And also Marquez on pit road. So is Kai Bommersbach. So here we go with the final round of pit stops. Marquez 8.2. The lead now is Samuel Fontaine. The French-Canadian-born driver running about 1.5 seconds ahead of Dylan Gonis. Blackwood there in third. So what Marquez basically did in that run is he drove as hard as he could from the restart and got as far distance as possible to, one, try to stay on the lead lap when he made his pit stop, but two, obviously be able to gain as much track position as he can there during that little stint. And that's what exactly he did. And he actually came out in the 5th position right now. He's actually about to battle with Dan Herrera for 4th. And Sam Blackwood's now on pit road, so to 77 in. Or make that to 74, sorry. Ford fuel and he pulls away. So now 2 cars on the lead lap, and that's the 2 XSR teammates. And then here's Marquez trying to get around Herrera. This is actually 4th position right now. This might be the first time Marquez has had to battle anybody today. Six very fast laps to go. There's the teammates first and second. Question 1, do they come to pit road? But question 2, when, if they have to? Dylan doing a great job. He's been running up in the top 5. Only the one quick incident where he got in the back of a spinning car, or almost spinning car, and hurt the nose, but got it fixed and drove right back up through the field. And he's got a chance at his first career podium in the series. There's Marquez here. He's going to try to get up here and unlap himself just in case a yellow comes out. As Dan Herrera, Charles Baldwin back to pit road here. So those are the last 2. I should say not quite the last 2 to pit, because we're waiting on Fontaine and Gonis to come to pit road, but those 2 on pit road now. Unfortunately, they're both running laps down. Lap times right now, Marquez running 25.3s. Dylan Gonis last time a 25.5 and a 25.6 for Fontaine. So he's not really catching them at a very fast rate as you normally would on fresh tires, but see, that time by he was about 4/100 faster than Fontaine and about a 10th on Gonis. So he's going to need a lot more time if these two stay out. As they say, that's why you run the last 20 laps. I've talked a little bit about this team, this AOWRS, I believe it's pronounced. I don't know exactly what the acronym is there, but this team is a team that runs up in the top series of some of the IndyCar leagues. So we talk about how this team showed up at Belle Isle, went out there and destroyed the field in that race. Of course, that was won by the teammate of Marquez here. I'm going to get the name of the driver because it slipped my mind, of course. Nate Hayden. And then now Marquez here, if depending on what happens here, could be going to victory lane. If not, he's definitely going to lead the most laps tonight in this race. And they have definitely shown what kind of speed they have. Should mention, as always, if you get a chance to, check out celiac.org. A link down there at the bottom of the page talks about the celiac disease. If you don't know what it is a autoimmune disease that affects people in the world, a lot more people than you would even think. Get off my screen. But you could check out celiac.org. You could donate to them. You could get some information if you're one who suffers from celiac or knows somebody who has it. My 3-year-old daughter unfortunately has it, and we've had a rough time still to this day trying to get her, one, to stay on a strict diet, but two, to get her to eat things again, because there are certain foods she's scared to eat now because of what she went through. So it's an unfortunate deal there, but you can check out celiac.org to get information about that. So 14 laps to go. Are we looking at an XSR 1-2? Are we looking at fuel hurting these guys? And right on cue, actually, these guys are coming to pit road. So I think they were playing the long strategy here to get the fuel, or to get the track position on Marquez, but unfortunately not going to happen as they come to pit road here. The good news, though, there should be only a short fill. Got to their stalls as Marquez comes through 3 and 4. He will easily take the lead. There's a fill for Fontaine. Oh, Gonis overshot his pit stall a little bit. Oh, I'm sure he's not happy about that. 11-second stop. And as that happens, we got a caution. The 18 is stopped on track. Oh, of course, that's the way it always works, right? The field is just about done with pit stops. A caution comes out, the one everybody was waiting on, a part of that team. I can only imagine what the team is saying right now after that. see what happens to Baldwin in the 18. Unfortunately, got through this old school a little bit. Sorry. Looks like turn 2 bits of money again. That back end just swings around. There's Fontaine coming off pit road at that moment. So turn 2 is claimed, what, 4 cars today? 4 cautions? So now the strategy comes into play here. We're going to have a restart with less than 10 laps to go, which means the lap down cars will have to go to the back. And it'll be all the lead lap cars, which are 5 of them, starting up there in the front. And then the question comes down to tires and stuff. But as we just saw, Fontaine and Gonis did not take tires. However, I think Dylan Gonis is coming back to pit road. Nope, he's not. He stayed out. I apologize. So nobody's coming back to pit road on the lead lap. So it's a matter of what tire. And I stand corrected again. Kai Bommersbach on pit road. So he is going to try to put 4 Mr. Feelgoods on and see what he can do with them. So I wonder if, hypothetically speaking here, if Kite were to win a race with this paint scheme, will there be streams of gummy worms coming out of the fireworks and stuff like that? Just asking for a friend. By the way, we got a barbecue on pit road. Somebody tell our campus car's on fire. So Andrew Marquez, Sam Fontaine, Kite Bommersbach, Sam Blackwood, Dylan Gonis, the 5 cars on the lead lap here. We'll probably get a restart, I'm guessing, with 8 laps to go. And remember, no green-white checkers in this series or in most open wheel car leagues. So tomorrow night, again, we'll have the Road America race. Thursday night, the Indianapolis 300, sixth running of the race. Of course, the first 5 under the TI realm. This will be the first one under the American Open Wheel Racing Series title. Here we go. 8-lap shootout. And I believe Joey Ladasor has made an appearance finally. Going to the inside of Blackwood for 4th. And he takes that spot away. Now Kai Bommersbach with the fresh tires up to the 3rd spot right now. Six to go, a half-second lead, or make that 1.6 seconds by Marquez over Fontaine and Bommersbach. Five to go. Gonis coming up on Bommersbach. What a great run. This young man here just learning how to drive these. Oh, no Silfrigo. Learning how to drive these open wheel cars. And for him to run like this tonight, cannot help but be proud of him. He's getting a lesson though right now. Oh, almost some contact there. He's gonna go, oh, no, up the track. Oh, that's Ladasor, I believe. Hey, welcome to the track, Joey. Fontaine trying to do something with Marquez, but Andrew has just been that dominant. As a matter of fact, a few laps ago, he ran the fastest lap of the race at 24.95. Nobody's been in the 24s at all this race weekend. Oh, Dylan almost got loose. Kite has gotten to the back bumper of Sam. White flag, final lap for Marquez. The fight is for 2nd. Oh, Kite almost lost the back end going into 1 there. That might have cost him. This SCOWRS team is going to be one to watch this season already with 1 team win. How about a 2nd team win and a first-time winner? Marquez dominates at Gateway. Fontaine, Bommersbach, Dylan Gonis, and Sam Blackwood. The celebration going to begin here for the 88 team. Very key. Keep it off the wall. Good job there. great job on his part. Taking a look at the finishing results for the race this evening. Marquez, your winner by 1.4 seconds over Fontaine. Kite Bombersbach third. Dylan Gonis and Sam Blackwood. Luke Daniels comes back to finish sixth. Great job on Luke's part. Dan Marrera seventh. Robert Sadler. Charles Baldwin. Stephen Larkamp finishing 10th. Ryan Eric King 11th. Jim Herrick. Matt Telder and Joey Ladiseur. Your 14 racers. Ladiseur showed up and ran 6 laps there. So, hey, better late than never, right? So he did get points, I believe, for the event. All right, so great job. Appreciate everybody being a part of the broadcast tonight. Again, tomorrow night, same time, 6 Eastern or so, we'll have the Round 4 from Road America of the American Open Wheel Racing Series event. So make sure you come and join us for that. Coming up here in about 40 minutes or so, there's another link on on our YouTube page for the Captain Esports Network for the LSRL Xfinity Series presented by Grid Finder. They're at Dover. Their practice just started. I'm going to go get set up for that broadcast and then be back around 8:15 or 8:20 for that. So great job. Congratulations on a great race, and great job to Andrew Marquez on getting the win. And remember, this isn't just a game. It's iRacing. See ya!